Friday morning, fellas. What is going on? Appreciate you guys kicking off the day with me here as we look forward to this weekend and money-making weekend. Let's make sure we, of course, recap yesterday. And then, boy, do we have a big show today. We've got to give out some NFL bets, soccer bets, MLB, lots of great action in the sporting world going on right now. Let's talk about it, preview it, and have some fun along the way. Throwing up that recap from yesterday. It was only on Thursday Night Football between the Lions and the Packers. And I can't talk about the game at all. I've told you guys how I'm not feeling very well, and that is still the case today as I'm still a little bit under the weather. When the kids went to bed at around 7:30, I went to bed with them at 7 or 7:30. So I don't know how the game shook out. It looked like the Lions handled business relatively easy. We, of course, lost one of our same game parlays where we had Packers plus 7.5. What did I say about primetime unders? As soon as I try and jump on an under, the game's going to go over. Yeah, not only did it go over, but it was a little bit of a kick in the dick there because we took under 53.5. Yeah, classic. It's 54 points. So that one, obviously, Packers don't cover the 7.5, which is funny that you try and jump on a primetime under and it goes over by a half a point. Really classic stuff right there. And then Musgrove, there, the tight end of the Packers, that leg hit relatively easy. He didn't even do a damn thing. I think I saw in the box where he had one catch for I think it was one catch for 1 yard, actually, so he didn't do a damn thing. But we did hit another same-game parlay. That was the one that we made over on BetMGM. Lions on the money line. Obviously, a nice, easy win right there. Over 46.5 points. That one came through. And then we did Laporta there, their tight end, to go over, was it 40 or 45 yards? And I think he ended up with 60 or 65 yards. Hell, his first pass went for 35 yards. So we're basically knocking on the door right there. So, all right, there you go. Go 1-1, a little bit on the parlays. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the game. You know what we had yesterday? One of our great supporters here of Winning Bets. In the Eliminator, my man took the Lions in the Eliminator. What a ballsy pick, taking the Lions on the road in Thursday night, but I love it, right? You didn't believe in the Packers being down by 17 going into the fourth quarter up against the backup quarterback in Jameis Winston. You didn't believe in that momentum that they carried into last week. My man, taking the Lions in the Eliminator. If you guys are wondering about the Eliminator this weekend, 28%. Most picked entries is 28%. And it's on the San Francisco 49ers. I've told you guys I'll be riding the San Francisco 49ers in the Eliminator. If you don't want to take the 49ers this weekend, how about Fly Eagles Fly, Mr. Bill Hall's team over there, as the Philadelphia Eagles come in second with 15% of the picks right there. Obviously, a good day yesterday in arbitrage money. Yeah, we may have spent a little bit of that on a couple parlays, but we, of course, earned a $5 free bet over on FanDuel with that same game parlay losing. But we also made just a ton of money in the arbitrage money, and there's already plenty of opportunities to do that same thing again today. With that being said, let's hop on into Barstools, and let's, of course, blindly bet these NFL dogs. We'll throw that up from yesterday. That's obviously not an accurate balance because we, of course, spent $100 last night on the Packers, so it's $1,985. Let's see what we're betting this week, and then they'll kind of give us a chance to talk about the NFL. And then talking about the NFL, let's also go ahead and throw up those NFL bets where I did add a couple, as I mentioned that I would. So this will give us an opportunity to talk about the NFL. We'll do like a little rapid fire. Let's do it, boys. Have ourselves a little fun here with the NFL day. Let's see what we got a comment. Morning, Bill. How about that Reynolds play? Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I was in bed. I don't really watch coverage, or I haven't seen coverage, so I don't even know what you're talking about. We'll just go with it. That Reynolds play was sweet, wasn't it? I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, as you guys can see right here, it all starts off at 8:30 in the morning. See, there's a London game, and that's obviously why I am on the Jaguars there. Money line at minus 148. I like the Jaguars here against this Falcons team. They're not a believer in the Falcons at all. I know the Jaguars do come off that rough loss there with the Texans, but Jaguars being the better team, they're obviously more familiar with the traveling conditions and what it's like traveling overseas and playing in this game. I'm going to go ahead and, of course, take the Falcons, though. We're blindly betting the NFL dogs, but you can see one of my real units, though. I am on the Jaguars. I really wouunder mess around with an over-under in that game, because of the overseasness. If this was, played in America, I'd have a little bit more confidence in, taking an over or under, but no real confidence with this game being played in London. But for the dogs, we're on the Falcons at plus 140. Here we get another matchup matchup this week where I think it happened last week. We had to take minus odds. We're going to take minus odds again. Colts minus 105, and the Rams come in minus 115. It does look like Anthony Richards is going to go ahead and be back for this game. I know I did believe I saw from Rappaport he's out of the concussion protocol, so he'll go back in the starting lineup. I would like the Colts here at home against the Rams. So I kind of like having the Rams here, or the Colts here at minus 105. Bengals and Titans. I'm going to go ahead and take the Titans at plus 125. We're blindly betting those NFL dogs. I wish you could get the Titans a little bit more. It's plus 2.5 if it was on the other side of that all-important number in the NFL of 3, 4, 6, and 7, and 10. I kind of like the Titans plus 3.5. I think the Titans are a great teaser play this week. We know the Titans are always tough. You know the Titans are always tough at home. Bengals still aren't fully clicking. They do get the win against the Rams on Monday night, but it wasn't anything pretty. I like the Titans here in this spot, and we'll gladly take them at plus 125, betting these dogs. Then you got the Broncos and Bears. I'm locking in on the Bears plus 145. This is a weird game. The over-under 46.5. None of these offenses are giving you any confidence that they're going to hit an over. Although the defense, don't give you any confidence that you can hit an under. And how the hell are you actually going to pick a winner in this team? Both of them come on off embarrassing losses. The only one that's getting the headlines is the Broncos, losing by 50 and putting up 70 points. But at one point, the Bears were down 41-0, so they also come in off of a butt whooping. I have no idea how you could pick anything in these teams. No advantage even on quarterback, right? It's a quarterback-driven league. Normally, you kind of go through the games, you always gravitate, towards maybe the better of the two quarterbacks. Russell Wilson ain't no damn better than Justin Fields, so yeah, good luck with that game. We'll be taking Bears plus 145. Ravens and Browns. We're locking on the Ravens plus 120. I've, of course, got a real unit, though, on the Browns. We talked about that one when we gave it out initially on Tuesday. Just love these defensive stats by the Browns. You're catching the Browns here at home. A game or a series in which it's always been tight here in the AFC North. Yeah, I like the Browns for a unit, but if we're blindly betting it, we'll do the Ravens at plus 120. Bucks and Saints, you can obviously see I'm also on the Saints. We talked about this one. We know why we like the Saints. A much better defense than the Buccaneers. And I don't really care if it's going to be Carr or Winston, although I believe it is going to be Winston. Carr looked like he may be out for a little bit. I'm fine with Jameis Winston off a full week of practice. It's tough for the backup quarterback, even a veteran of Jameis Winston's status, to come in with no real preparation throughout the week and step into that game. I'll gladly go ahead and take the Saints. And I like them here. And obviously, I've got them parlayed there with the 49ers. So, as for the spread, I even think they cover the 3.5 as well. I do like the Saints minus 3.5. Steelers and Texans. I think the Steelers could be another good teaser piece. Maybe the Steelers and the Titans could be a good little teaser parlay for this week. And we're, of course, locking in on the Texans, though, for blindly betting the dogs. For an over-under of 42.5, I kind of like the over of 42.5. You look at what the Texans did last week. They're going to be at home, so maybe they're going to be even a little bit better. Even though that Steelers defense is tough, I like the Texans here at home to put up enough points. I like the over 42.5. Going to be monitoring that one. Be interested in adding that one to the full card. Over 42.5 and Steelers Texans is a play that I certainly like. Another over that we like is over 453.5 points between the Dolphins and Bills. We talked about that and justifying our Bills first half over all the points that have been in this. Yeah, the two teams are just know themselves well. And I'm telling you right now, this game, and obviously I'm wearing the shirt so everybody knows I'm a homer. I've mentioned how I listen to all the press conferences. Sean McDermott had his normal Wednesday press conference, 13 minutes long. He got asked one question about his offense. Every single question was about his defense and how that defense is gonna stop the Miami Dolphins offense. I just bring that up because this Buffalo Bills team, as an underdog, it performs really stinking well. They come into this game maybe favored on the sports books, but everybody just wants to talk about how great this Dolphins offense is and how the Bills are gonna have to obviously stop that. A role in which the Bills will absolutely thrive in. Love the Bills on the money line. Love the over 53.5. And love the Bills at minus 2.5 because it's on the other side there of the all-important 3 number. Going to be a great game. That's going to be certainly the game of the week, and it's going to be the game that'll be on national television. So sit back and enjoy the Bills beating the Dolphins at a close game. Commanders and Eagles. We mentioned how 15% of America is on the Eagles there on the Eliminator contest. It is only the Eagles in this game. We unfortunately have to take the Commanders plus 340 and blindly betting them. I like the Eagles to come out early. I like them to cover the halftime spread of minus 4.5, which you can find 4.5 on Bet Rivers, where every other book is at 5.5. And I like the Eagles to carry that over through the full game, win this game by multiple digits. Looked at Sam Howell and his struggles against that Bills defensive line. Going to be much of the same against an Eagles defensive line that is arguably better than that Bills defensive line. So, yeah, Eagles will cover the 8.5 on that game. Vikings and Panthers, over under a 46. It's a 4.5-point spread. I would like the Panthers in this matchup from a 4.5-point spread. The Vikings just couldn't capitalize twice last week at home against the Chargers. 2 opportunities to go ahead and win that football game, and they couldn't get it done. Give me the Panthers and the 4.5 points at home against the Vikings. Raiders and Chargers. I've, of course, added that play there at the very bottom. Chiefs and Chargers. Just like the Chargers here, up against the Raiders here. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is showing that clearly, I don't want to call him a system quarterback, but yeah, he was decent at 49ers. Well, look at Brock Purdy, the last pick in the NFL draft. I bet if you send Brock Purdy somewhere else, he's going to look like the last pick of an NFL draft. The system is what made Garoppolo. The system is what's making Brock Purdy. Go ahead and give me the Chargers. I like them. And, of course, I parlay them with the Chiefs. They're on the road against the Jets. That's probably enough explanation right there. And that parlay came in at minus 129 over on DraftKings. We're, of course, locking in on the Raiders at plus 195. I would expect the Chargers to also cover the 5.5. Feels like a touchdown-ish kind of win for them. So give me the Chargers minus 5.5. Cowboys and Patriots. I like the Cowboys here in this spot, minus 6.5, coming off a loss. We're, of course, taking the Patriots here for blindly betting. I'd probably take the over 43.5 too. Over 43.5. I like the Cowboys bouncing back. Man, Bill Belichick, though. Yeah, I got to take the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys. I was always going to make them a parlay piece, but then I realized I don't really mess around with Bill Belichick, so I backed off of that. So, minus 900 49ers, 14-point spread. We can just skip that game. Other than saying we're locking on the Cardinals plus 600, that feels like a donation of all donations. Chiefs and Jets, yeah, just fading Zach Wilson. Just terrible team. You know when this team gets down to, you know when the Chiefs jump out to a 17-0 lead, you know the frustration is going to be building on that sideline. It's going to happen. You saw it towards the end of last week against the Patriots, a game in which they were there. There's opportunities to win that game late. Frustrations are going to be building on that seed. We unfortunately have to take the Jets plus 360, and then, oh, that's Sunday Night Football. Okay, good. And then that's all of them, 14. Let's go ahead and lock in on here, boys. Let me know. Let's hop in that comment section and see maybe what you guys are thinking for this week. Let's make sure I picked them all here. That is bet $1,400. All right, and then we've got $1,900 left. Wow, okay, we're down to $500. Boy, blindly betting NFL dogs. We don't have a good week this week. We could be done. We could be done by the end of next week. We need these dogs to be barking this week. Although I always say that, and actually, hopefully not. If the dogs actually bark, I'm probably going to get my ass kicked because I looked at the NFL schedule, and obviously you can see I've got a lot of home teams here, and home teams are favored this week in the NFL. Yeah, hopefully the dogs actually aren't barking. That would not be good for me. Money making weekend. Trying like hell, Brian. Trying like hell. You went over on yards, receptions, anytime, TD. You must be talking about Laporta. Must be talking about Laporta. Morning, gent. Morning. Hey, what happened with our dude, Sonny Gray? Cruising. 4 strikeouts. I'm like, shit, like not quite on pace, but if he gets it going, maybe we can actually get a little bit of a sweat for a 12-1. And then he gets yanked? Brutal. Never even given a fair opportunity on that one. Your Bengals will be getting the win versus Titans. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty. And I agree with that. Accurate statement, Brian. That's why if it was on the other side of 3, I'd be taking Titans plus 3.5 because it won't be pretty. And maybe the Bengals do pull it out in a close game. Maybe, but I wish it was. That's why I think the Titans are a great teaser. I would probably be teasing Steelers and Titans this week. Give yourself a little bit more breathing room there with the Titans. And then I really like the Steelers, taking on the Texans right there. John, you're going with the Vikings on the road against the Panthers. Is it Bryce Young or is it Andy Dalton? Is it Bryce Young or Andy Dalton? Who's it going to be? Minnesota Vikings going with an over team. An over. Going for an over team there, John. All right. I hear you, man. I hear you. If it's Bryce Young, I definitely hear you. That guy's terrible. That's the reason why we're faded his season total. No, he's back. Okay, that's why I thought he was back. So he's back. All right, good. Bryce Young's back. That gives you more confidence to take the Vikings. I like it, man. I like it. Fingers crossed for those cards at plus 600. No, F you. Not fingers crossed for those cards. I don't want to lose my eliminator pick. That would not be a fun feeling sitting here on Monday losing that eliminator pick. I hate losing that. So, no, that would not be fun. Top of the morning, my man. Top of the morning. Bold pick. Bill's talking on some of that smack. What you cooking up there, Bill? What you cooking up? Eagles? You going to finally ride your squad, or are you going to chop on that 49ers with me? Or are you doing something different? It is Bryce Young. Yep, confirmed. Bryce Young. I like it. With Bryce Young, it gives me... I mean, is it the best pick on the slate? No, I mean, but maybe you don't have the 49ers. Maybe you don't have the Eagles. So you never know what people have available to them. Even if I don't have the 49ers, don't have the Eagles, I don't think that that's still the best pick. But people have varying strategies in this game. So maybe that's not your strategy, is always take the best favorite. Sonny and Corbin both got yanked at 4 innings. Oh, Corbin Burns? Yeah, just getting the teams ready for the playoffs, clearly just trying to do the, get them to work, keep their rhythm going, keep them sharp, but obviously want to keep them strong and healthy for the postseason. Classic. And Bill's riding with me on the 49ers. All right, let's go, Bill. Let's get that 49ers. So cool. That's how we're rolling this weekend there. NFL-wise, throwing up some baseball. We got some baseball to get to. Before we get to NFL cashing on Friday or Sunday, let's cash some baseball tonight. Let's go ahead and do so. Taking the Astros on the money line. That dog treated us pretty damn good on Monday. Let's go back to Astros as a dog again today. Let's do Rangers as a dog at plus 108 and Rays F5 team total over 1.5. You guys know my handicapping by now in baseball. Is it no surprise that the Rays are the number 3 team versus hitting left-handers? OPS is 931, slugging 517. We're hitting 333 with the weighted runs created of 163. Not a big surprise that those are the numbers if I'm backing a team this late in the MLB season, just because you know how I handicap baseball. They've seen Kikuchi already 3 times this season, including 5 days ago where this bet cashed. He could be a little bit sharper. Obviously, we could still go ahead and cash this bet because he went 4 innings, 9 hits, 3 runs. Yeah, to say they're hitting left-handers pretty well is an understatement, and obviously they're getting a guy that they're very, very familiar with here in Yusei Kikuchi. He probably will have a quick hook just because the Blue Jays are, in a battle, but I think he would give up 2 runs and then get to hook. I don't think he gives up 1 run and gets a hook. It's like that second run and then he gets a hook. So let's get that second run and let's go ahead and obviously give them a hook. So I like the Rays today. I like the Astros taking on the Diamondbacks. The only advantage I don't get is starting pitching. But also, to be fair, Zach Gallen is stumbling coming down the stretch. Somebody wants to say Zach Gallen's better at home. He certainly has better home and away splits. But again, he's stumbling a little bit here coming down the stretch. But other than maybe the starting pitching edge, that I get the better offense here in the Houston Astros, and I get the better bullpen here in the Houston Astros. And not only do I get the better bullpen, how about the number 1 bullpen? How about opponent's batting average of 151, first in Major League Baseball? WHIP, .88. How about the only team with the WHIP under 1 right now? That's your Astros. FIP of 3.25 is number 4 in the MLB, and the ERA of 1.17 is number 1 in baseball. So 3 of the 4 major categories is number 1, with the other one in the top 5. Again, I told you to get the hitting advantage. I think we can even make up the lack of starting pitching advantage because the Astros are coming off an off day. Bullpen is fully rested. If JP France runs into trouble, it's go to your Queedy or go to some of these other arms coming off an off day. Bullpen fully rested and ready to deploy at any at his disposal is Dusty Baker, knowing also who goes on Saturday, Justin Verlander. So it's probably empty the tank from the bullpen perspective. You saw what Verlander did on Monday to us, giving us that good plus money cash. I bet he's going to round into his elite postseason form. Love the Astros tonight at plus 116. And then the Rangers is kind of mirrors the Astros, although this time we do get the starting and pitching advantage with Eovaldi up against Wu. So you get the starting and pitching advantage, you get the hitting advantage, and you get the bullpen advantage. You get all 3 advantages. Obviously, the bullpen advantage didn't work out last night. The Mariners get the walk-off win, but they still have a big enough discrepancy. They didn't use Will Smith last night, and their offensive advantages are bigger than the Mariners. So I'll go ahead and take the Rangers at plus 108. As for the other games, I could do rapid fire off the top of my head, but if it didn't involve postseason, last series of the year, I didn't even look at anything that didn't even matter. I think the only game that matters that I didn't bet is Cubs Brewers. We can talk about that one. Guardians Tigers. Yeah, I didn't even look at where these teams are. Yeah, I don't really give a shit. Red Sox, Orioles. How about the Orioles getting their 100th win and wrapping up the AL East last night? Love that right there. Yeah, it's just and are you really gonna have confidence? Like John Means is on the mound for the Orioles. Like, cool. Well, what did DeGent just say? What happened to Corbin Burns and Sonny Gray? You don't even know how these teams are going to utilize their roster getting prepared for the playoffs. So maybe Means only goes 3 innings, like Sonny Gray. Just not worth betting when it's not a predictable kind of game script, I guess is the best way to say it. Rays and Blue Jays, we do have a bet on that one, and I like the Rays in that game. I would take the Rays at plus 124. You can get Rays first 5 money line. The only concern maybe be Savali coming off illness, but if these guys are out there, they're ready to go. They're not ill like me, where I'm going to be laying on the couch here in about 5 minutes. Give me the Rays early and often. Phillies, Mets, I didn't even look that game up. Nationals, Braves, didn't even look that game up. Don't even know Allen Winans. Padres, White Sox, you could make a case that the Padres are in it, but they'd have to sweep, and they'd have to have everybody else not get swept, they'd have to sweep, and everybody else would have to get swept. Padres aren't in it, so I didn't look it up. Twins, Rockies, didn't really matter. Cubs, Brewers, this is the only one, and I would actually take the Brewers here at minus 115. I take the Brewers here at minus 115. Get some pretty nice offensive advantages, and you get the bullpen advantage. Painful for me to say, I'm rooting inside for the Cubs, but if I'm a betting man, I'm taking the advantages. I'm taking the advantages, which is what the Brewers have. So sign me up for minus 115. Yankees and Royals, didn't really look at it. Reds, Cardinals, this game does matter, so I did take a peek at it. Because I was curious if the Cardinals were hitting left-handers to see if maybe they'd be able to put up a fight in this game against the Reds, and they're about league average versus left-handers. We know the Reds are struggling right now versus right-handers, so there wasn't a lot of confidence, even though the Reds are playing for more. Like we talked about the other day, MLB's smart in making these division matchups, so they make it so guys kind of care. So I just can't get on that one. Just no real advantages with the Reds that are going to make me pull the trigger there. Athletics and Angels, I don't think anybody's going to be betting that game tonight. Astros, Diamondbacks, we got to bet on. Oh, look, it's plus 102. All right. And we gave it out plus 116. Nice. Plus 102. Definitely on the right side of that one. Rangers, Mariners, I gave it out at plus 108. It's plus 100. So on the right side of that one. Oh, I would also do the under 9.5 in Astros, Diamondbacks. I thought I was between those two bets, between the money line and the under. Gallen has been good at home, even though, again, he has been struggling as of late. But it's how they're going to, I think, really manage JP France that's going to keep this game under. Obviously, if he's successful, cool, leave him on out there. But the moment he gets a hiccup with yesterday's off day, you know how they're going to deploy that bullpen, especially with Verlander going Saturday. I definitely like the under 9.5 in that game. And then Dodgers, Giants, I didn't really look it up, but I'm sure if I did look it up, I'm sure the Dodgers have all the advantages. Oh, great. The number one hitting team right now versus right-handers is the Dodgers. Yeah. Not even taking the Giants. Well, what about a bullpen check? Why might as well do a bullpen check? What the hell? While we're at it. Oh, Giants bullpen, bottom 5. Classic. Bottom 5. Where's this Dodgers bullpen? Top 10. Okay. Wow, there's you got some really good bullpen numbers. Yes, definitely Dodgers. Hell, I would do Dodgers on the run line. All right, so there we go right there. We did rapid fire in football. We did rapid fire in baseball. Let's do rapid fire in soccer. How about our first Premier League rapid fire? Because there will be no between the posts. Matt hit me up last night and said he was too busy, but to be quite honest, perfectly fine with me because I don't feel very well. So, hell, I might have canceled if he didn't cancel. All right, let's get those soccer bets up. I didn't add anything to it, but let's just kind of run through the slate right here because there is no between the posts, so we'll kind of do it right here. What do we got here? Men must win to stay alive in the division. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I mean, you could for sure probably make the same case about the Panthers having to win to stay alive in their division, and it's a home game. I don't know, John. But, like I said, that's the great thing about it. Different strategies, and your strategy may win. So I'm not here to knock yours. I hear you, man. You're on the over and the... Oh, and I'm on the under. Okay. And I'm on the under. Good luck, Bill. Villa and Brighton, this should be a really good game here in the Premier League. Not a lot of separation, I think, between these two teams. These are two teams that I think throughout the season and when you finish the season, both of them will be in European football again next season. I think both of these teams can make the top 6. Really, really good. Villa, this game is at Villa Park, so maybe you lean a little bit right there. There's a reason why we're on the over 1.5. There's going to be goals in this fixture. I like the over 2.5. I'd probably just take a draw. I'd probably just take the draw at plus 280. I don't see much separation between Villa and Brighton. So give me the draw at plus 280, and I'll take the over 2.5. Arsenal and Bournemouth. Don't take Arsenal on any margin. Just take them like I did and take them on the money line. Look, Bournemouth is really piss poor. They don't create many chances at all. But the concern is Arsenal's injury list. It is fairly lengthy, but Arsenal's also done a good job over the past 2 summer windows of building good squad depth. So they can handle this against a squad like Bournemouth. I'm really not worried because it is Bournemouth. They're just really stinking bad. So I'm taking Arsenal on the money line, and I bet it stays under 2.5 goals. This smells like a 2-0 Arsenal win. They get the lead, and then they just want to control the pace and control the tempo with ball possession. Give me under 2.5 and Arsenal money line. United and Crystal Palace, we just saw this fixture play out on Tuesday night in the EFL Cup. You're going to get, obviously, different players are going to be involved with both of them rotating squads in the EFL Cup. But United showed that there was a pretty sizable gap. But United absolutely dominated that game against Crystal Palace. Now each team gets their better players in. I would expect much of the same domination in this game. Give me United on the money line. I'm seeing this. I bet you could probably parlay that. I bet you could probably parlay that with over 1.5 and get a price worth betting. Which probably be putting Man United money line in a free roll this weekend if I had to take a guess. Let's see. I bet you could do EFL Cup. I don't want to look at EFL Cup lines. What? Man, my stomach. Man. Where's this United? United money line. Over 1.5 is minus 139. Yeah. You could almost do United win to 0. You could do a United team total. You could do Palace ain't getting 2 goals. I mean, they were awful against United midweek. Just not a good squad. Didn't do a good job of replacing players this summer that left. And even Dean Henderson got hurt in that game, so they're on their backup goalkeeper. Yeah, it's United. Give me over 2.5. United and over 2. Wolves and City. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Obviously, I told you guys I listen to press conferences, and Guardiola is one of those guys I listen to. This one's going to be under 2.5. And, I don't say that lightly because I don't like taking unders in City games. But no Rodri, no Stones. Calvin Phillips is going to come in, and Kovacic. They're just... You saw it against Newcastle. While they controlled the game, I thought, in the first half against Newcastle, I didn't think they had a lot of good chances. It's because they can't win the midfield without Rodri. And if you can't win the midfield in the Premier League, your chances of success are severely diminished. They're going to struggle again without Rodri. It's at the Molyneux, so I'll take under 2.5. City probably squeaks it out because Wolves just doesn't have that much. So I'll give City, but under 2.5. Give me City and under 2.5. Everton and Luton. Yeah, obviously we're on this game. We're on this game for goals, but we're not on this game from goals from a Luton perspective. Luton is terrible. Can't even win midweek against a team in League One in the EFL Cup. It's Everton. Great form. Great showing midweek against Villa. They've just been turning up lately, quite simply. Even had a great result against Brentford last week in the Premier League. Yeah. It's Everton for sure, and probably over 2.5. Newcastle and Burnley here. Not worried about a letdown here. This one's definitely a Newcastle on the money line. Obviously, I've bet it. And then, man, they rock at St. James Park. This is probably an over 2.5 game, too. It's probably an over 2.5. I would take over 2.5. They did a good job of rotating their squad, actually, midweek against Manchester City, so they should be bringing back all their big boys. I'll go over 2.5. Burnley's just not been good. They've really not been good away from turf more, so I'll take Newcastle and over 2.5. West Ham and Sheffield. You know what all the good teams are going to do when they go and play Sheffield this year? It's like the call it a get right spot. When you get Sheffield, Newcastle beat them 8-0 last week. You're not going to beat them 8-0, but these big clubs, these better clubs, going up against Sheffield are really going to hammer them. So, yeah, West Ham for me, and then probably over 2.5. I bet this feels like a 3-1 win. Give me 3-1 win. Tottenham, Liverpool, goals. I mean, you'd see the way, I've struggled to pronounce the Tottenham's manager, but the way he deploys the wingbacks and kind of leaves his center backs there to kind of fill the space. I'm telling you, with Luis Diaz in fine form, Salah in fine form, good luck. Romero and what's his name, Vandemil or whatever his name is, they got a big task this week. I like goals. With Tottenham at home too, they're going to be scoring goals. If I had to pick a winner, I'd take Liverpool plus 120. Probably take Liverpool. Probably squeaks out a 3-2 win. Give me Liverpool 3-2. And then you got Forest, Brentford. You guys see on the screen, I like Forest. I'm big on Forest today against Brentford. Brentford's slumping big time. And we always know Forest at home is just a real joy to watch. They create a lot. They really, feed off that crowd. That's definitely Forest for me. I bet Forest wins the game at plus 180. But as you can see right there, I like them definitely on the double chance. They're not going to lose this game at home against Brentford. And then Monday night, Fulham, Chelsea. Yeah. Who was it yesterday that said they were on Fulham? Can't remember. Yeah. I just saw the tweet. Chelsea. Look at this. Where is it? Chelsea's injury list. Chilwell's out. Nkunku's out. James is out. Fofana's out. Calabay's out. Lavia's out. Batishly's out. Jackson suspended and Gusto suspended. I mean, Chelsea's, they're hurting right now, to say the least. Yeah, we got till Monday to preview that game, but I bet it's another under 2.5. Chelsea has been cashing under 2.5, and Fulham has not been impressing. Actually, I'll probably be betting that under 2.5. What the hell are the game lines? Under 2.5 is minus 115. I'll probably be jumping on that. Under 2.5. I like that one a lot. I like that under. All right, boys. There's a little. That's the little Premier League. What's going on? What else we got, fellas? Anything else, boys? I got nothing else. That's how I'm rolling this weekend. That's how I'm rolling. 3 bets tonight in the MLB. Damn, that feels like a 3-0 sweep. Love those bets right there. Roll that on into soccer. Starts early, 6:30 a.m. Central Time between Villa and Brighton, and then obviously another big chunk of games at 9 a.m. And then, the other thing I did want to add one other possible play, definitely a free roll. Chris Buescher, many NASCAR fans out there, Chris Buescher over Christopher Bell. I haven't bet NASCAR in a while. Obviously, he's just done in earlier on the season by a lot of just stupid luck, penalties, crashes, stuff that happens in NASCAR. It's like, do I jump back in on a super speedway, like restrictor plate race? Like, that doesn't sound like that, but damn it. Toyota's easily the worst of the manufacturers at super speedways. Bell's not all that great. Bell caused that incident there at Daytona. I think it was a stage 1 or stage 2 where he called the wreck, and Blaney was super pissed at him. It's super speedways. Like, you need teammates, and you not only need teammates, but sometimes you need teammates of other manufacturers to kind of help you out. And Bell just not sure he's going to be able to get that help. And Buescher's just been strong. And remember, Buescher's already got a win this season at a super track or a super speedway track as well. Been strong in these playoffs. Came on the season or the end of the season, obviously. Really, I like Buescher over Bell because they get added to the full card. There's no rush. Nobody bets NASCAR. These lines don't move. The best price right now is minus 125 over on BetMGM. Add it to the full card or drop it in a free roll. That's the debate right there. But give me Buescher over Bell this weekend at Talladega. There you go. One NASCAR play I like. Any thoughts on... I didn't even look up soccer today. Is that today? 2 o'clock today. Who are we getting? Injury concerns? Same ones as it was midweek when they couldn't get the job done against whoever the hell it was. Oh, Mallorca. what's the head-to-head been like? 3-0 Barcelona, 3-0. Barcelona won both 3-0 last year. Barcelona hasn't lost in the last 5 head-to-heads. They've got a clean sheet, a clean sheet, a clean sheet, a clean sheet, a clean sheet. Let's look at some odds, man. Maybe we'll get some afternoon soccer in. Why didn't Lewandowski start that midweek game against Mallorca? It's a Ferran Torres. That's probably why we lost that bet. Yeah, Ferran Torres. No, we lost the bet because of the goalkeeper, that howler. Let's remember why we lost that bet. That was not good there by Ter Stegen. It was not good at all. Yeah, let's go look at odds. I like it. I mean, I would probably do. It's gonna be hard. Man, they seem to like dominate Sevilla. I mean, like I said, clean sheets too. Clean sheets aplenty up in here. 5 of the last 6. No, yeah, 5 of the last 6 has been a clean sheet Barcelona win. Let's go look at the odds. See what we got. Last time we did this, we added a winner to the card when we were talking soccer on the show. I like it, Fish. Let's see what we got. Barcelona minus 315. They should be. It's at the Camp Nou. It's tough getting these odds. They're big favorites. This may not be, unless you think they're going to keep a clean sheet. They're going to keep it. What's Sevilla done on the road this season? They done a damn thing? So 3 of their 4 goals on the road have come against Alavas, which Alavas is like not a good team at all. I don't know what their standings are this season, but they're generally not good. Yeah, and they're in 15th this season. So they're not doing all that great on the road. Let's see. Barcelona. Oh, they haven't. Oh man, they've been whipping ass at home, 10-2, because their goal differential is 10-2 at home. Yeah, I would if I'd bet this, just because it's hard to do like a money line and over 1.5. You can't even do like a money line and under 3.5 or 4.5, because that comes out to. Oh wow, I must have hit the wrong button. That comes out to minus 121. It's not terrible. Is Barcelona gonna run it up? I don't think Sevilla doesn't let people run it up on Sevilla. You don't run it up on Sevilla. When was the last time they let Alavas go 4 against them? Holy hell! Shit. Other than you normally don't. Yeah, you normally don't run it up on Sevilla. That shit doesn't happen. I kind of like this. Barcelona and under 4.5. It's minus 121. I might price shop that and add it while we're hanging out. See where. Other than that, I'm thinking maybe maybe you go for the big price and do the clean sheet. Maybe you do the clean sheet. Well, then if I did that, I would actually probably do win to nil. I wouldn't do clean sheet. I would do win to nil. What is that price? Win to nil. Plus 148. Yeah. Probably not do that then. All right, let's see. Has Barcelona been smashing people? Don't count Antwerp. I mean, Sevilla's way better than them. They beat Betis 5-0 at home. Oh, Betis is usually pretty. I think Betis made they made European football. They're decent. They're in like Europa League or something. Yeah, they're in Europa League. Yeah, and they beat them 5-0 at home. So shit, I don't know if I'd want to do it under 4.5 then. God damn. I don't know, Fish. I'm going to keep price shopping, though. I'm going to look this up. I ain't got anywhere to be. BKFC picks. I'm not sure what that means there, Jay. BKFC. Or something football club? BKFC? See you, John. Have a good weekend, man. BKFC. I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell that means. I'm going to look at this Sevilla thing again. See if we can price shop. DraftKings has minus 130. So Bet Rivers is definitely better at minus 121. Let's see what FanDuel's got for that. They got it at minus 126. I don't know if I want to. Man, why do they have to be bet as 5-0 at home? That's a pretty good comp to Sevilla. I mean, you'd have lost on the hook, but I don't like losing. Don't like that. Don't like losing. Actually, Barcelona's been kind of leaky lately. 2 to Mallorca. They let Villarreal get 3. They let Vigo get 2. Hell, they won that game 3-2. Yeah, I don't know if I do this under 4.5. I don't even know what that is. Bare Knuckle Fight Championship. I never heard of it. Thank you for the explanation, Ross. Never heard of it. Wow, you guys ever heard of that? I don't know what the hell they call it, but where you stand there and you slap the piss out of some guy? You just alternate fucking open-handed, slap the shit out of some guy. That's pretty funny. Those are pretty funny. Man, I don't know. It's tough. That's probably the best play, Fish. Barcelona and under 4.5. I don't know if I can quite get there, but I don't like taking corners. I just don't like corners. I've been screwed so much by corners. You think there's a corners and there's no corners, or you think there's none and there's a gazillion. Corners is so goddamn random. So random. You just don't even want to entertain the corners market. The only other thing I'd be interested in is looking at the referee and seeing if he's card happy. We know the league is card happy. Let's see what this ref is. Maybe we could take a teaser on a card line. It'll bring us down a little bit. Let's see. Spanish ref Ortiz. Let's see what he is. La Liga. Yeah, ref stats. Perfect. Who Scored, by the way, is the best website to know to get referee stats. It's Who Scored. What's this guy's name? Ortiz? Where the hell is he? God dog it. I think defaulted me to 2 seasons ago. All right, now we're looking at the current season. Where is this guy? Shit, he must not even be a regular. They don't have him. Unless he's this guy, Arias. M-A-O-R. I'll bet this is that guy. M-A-O, Arias, Spanish ref. Something tells me this is that guy. Yeah, that's him. So he averages what? 25 fouls per game, which is about league average. How many yellow cards you average per game? Ooh, down at the bottom, it's only 4. So the card angle sucks, even though the league is decent. That's not a card happy ref. So would be a deep cut.
Oh, that's pretty funny. I can't get there on that game, man. I'm chilling with my 3 MLB bets that I like a lot. I think we have a great chance of going 3-0. But that's how I would play it there, Fish. I probably would do that Barcelona money line under 4.5. Something tells me though I'd probably really take a chance at that clean sheet plus 140. Yeah, that's how we doing it, boys. All right, lock them in. Lock in these winners. Enjoy yourself a weekend. Come on back for Monday. Let me know because hopefully I can get feeling better and do something this weekend. But otherwise, I'm going to live vicariously through you guys. So come on back Monday. Let me know what you're up to. Let's ring the cash register on Monday. We're down about a unit coming into the weekend, so nothing that we can't overcome. So let's do it, boys. Lock in. Have a good one.